This is Pedal Magazine here with the inauguration of the Airgas Safeway team that's just jumped on board. And of course we have Chris Horner, who needs no introduction, but we will say Volta champion, of course, Grand Tour champion. It's great to see you here in California again.
Yes, thanks for having me. It's always great to be in Cali.
Yeah. So being the fact that your new team is based in Nevada with Marin Bikes, and you've got a lot of new things going on in your team. You have the Mexican champion, national champion. You've got a new team. Some of them have been there. It was a development team.
Yep.
What is your goal for this team?
You're exactly right. My goals are simple, though. We got a young team. We want to make them better.
Okay.
We want to win a lot of races. We want to make everybody better. So we want everybody stronger. We want everybody winning races. We want to see the young kids take the step up and keep growing and keep getting stronger and keep taking the next step up in the ladder and going to the big races. So my job is to come here and win bike races and help the young kids win bike races and teach the young kids how to win bike races. So I like doing it. Always have. Always love being orchestrating the races. When you get in there, I always love orchestrating the tactics and seeing how their teams are going to play it and getting away from just the basics. The basic tactics are kind of boring. Let the brake go, set some pace, bring it back. I like it when it gets a little more complicated. So it's going to be an interesting year. It should be fun. Looking forward to it. Already been here with the guys for the last 4 days, and everybody's got a good character, a good attitude on the bike, and you can tell everybody just wants to race their bike. And nobody's wondering about how much money they're going to make this year or what kind of new car they're going to buy. Everybody's just wondering when are we going to start racing together?
Right.
That's it. That's all. When are we all racing together?
It's a much different kind of hunger for you. And
yes, exactly. And you could see it. Everybody's just ready to wake up, get on their bike, and go out and train.
So for your team this year, are you going to be picking races that suit more of the developmental aspects?
No. For me, the races are simple. We want to do the biggest, best races in the U.S. So we'll go a little bit outside of the races. We'll go do outside of the U.S. Sorry, and we'll do Tour Mexico and stuff because UCI. So we can go there, and of course, it's always good getting some UCI points and stuff like that, and showing where the team stacks up next to other teams. Clearly, the team has changed. It's altered a little bit from. We got a new sponsor with Safeway from last year. We got half the team leaving and new riders coming in with myself and all that stuff. So we used these first smaller races here in California, like Snelling and stuff like that, as a little training and more of a training camp and way to feel everyone out. And then we'll go over to do Tour of Mexico. We got a couple great riders on the team from Mexico. So Luis is two-time champion. We're going to go there with, of course, myself as a Grand Tour champion and a two-time national champion. So we're going to be expected to perform when we get to Tour of Mexico, and that's what we want for ourselves too. So we'll step a little bit out of the comfort zone out of the U.S. and do races like that. And then, of course, in the U.S., we want to do the biggest, best races. So program's simple. Biggest, best races in the U.S., whatever we can find that can keep us busy to fill in the holes outside.
Being that you're a former Tour of California winner, did it sting a little bit that you guys weren't invited, or was it just bad timing?
Personally, it doesn't sting me. It's not going to change my career any if they have me there or they don't. I'm a Grand Tour winner. When I retire, they're going to know me as a Grand Tour winner. I'm the only guy in history that's ever won a Grand Tour over 40 or even near 40. So I've done something nobody else on the planet's ever done. Probably never do again. So when I retire, everyone knows that on my resume, the Grand Tour winner is what shows best. I already won Tour of California. That's going to show. It's going to shine bright. But if you win it twice, it's not going to change my career any. But I think it's a big letdown. I think that having us there at that race would have been an epic story. You got a guy who's finishing his career. No matter how you look at it, facts are what they are. My resume is the best. The U.S. riders that are riding right now, it's the best. So it would be an amazing story to go do California, win with a domestic team, with a bunch of young kids, with a Grand Tour champion that came back to the U.S., riding with a bunch of young lots that just want to just perform and ride hard. It would have made for an epic, beautiful story. It would have gave the announcer something to talk about the whole week long when I'm wearing the leader's jersey. So for that, it's a shame. But when I retire, it is not going to change anything on me.
Agreed.
Regardless, if you look at my resume, you go, oh, he won California twice. Good thing they let him in. I'm sorry, I'm Grand Tour champion. So for that, it's not going to change much. But I would love to gone. So maybe they change their mind and buy us in later.
How do you see your team fit into the North American races this year? How do you guys see yourselves?
I don't know. Well, I haven't seen the team race yet, so we're going to see. That's what these first few races are all about. Is seeing do we got an amazing sprinter that nobody's known before? I don't know. We're going to find out soon, though. We already know that I can climb, so we got that part figured out. We know we got 2-3 other climbers on the team, so we got that figured out. Clearly, we can play a lot of tactics in the race with this team that they weren't able to play before with just me. If I'm not in the break, my guys don't have to do any work. So everybody else is going to have to pull my guys around all day long, or they're going to have to deal with me at the finish of the race. So we'll see which one they prefer. But we don't know how those tactics are going to play out yet. You got a few other good teams in the U.S., and so we'll see how we stack up evenly to them. But I expect to win races and win all year long.
Last question. The fact that since this is a new team and you're gelling and there's new guys coming in, new ones left, how do you guys, how are you bonding? Do you have any kinds of, you know how they have boot camps out in the middle of...
Yeah, those don't do anything. First off, those boot camps are all made for press, I think. I honestly look at it and I'm like, they're made for press. When I look at boot camp, I see those teams doing that, and I know what it's like to ride in Europe. It's all business. I don't care how many boot camps you put together, it's all business, okay? They can pretend that the team bonded together at some boot camp or something like that, but it's all business, okay? So when they leave that boot camp, every rider knows there that if they don't ride good, they don't make the Tour de France team. If they don't ride good, they don't make the best classics in the world or best one-day races in the world. And if they don't ride real good, they're not going to have a job for next year. So no matter how many boot camps you bring them to, every rider there knows it's business in Europe. Maybe a couple of the really neo-pros don't, but all the older riders, all the guys 25 and up know it's business. They don't ride good, they're not going to have a job. I think boot camp's a waste of time, but that's just my opinion.
Last question, just with equipment. You've got got Marin bikes, Night composites. How are you feeling with your new equipment?
Yeah, Marin Bikes is fantastic, so I've been riding that already. But you know the history. I don't have to tell the fans out there how good bikes they make. Night wheels, brand new. Most fans out there don't know, haven't heard about them. They're new on the market. They're the fastest wheels in the world. And the wheels are new, but the people putting them together aren't. They got a history that goes way back. Jim File and myself, File's worked with Reynolds Forks. He was the owner of the company, and he's designed one of the first all-carbon forks that anyone ever rode, and I rode it. So I know, because he was out of San Diego, and he had an all-carbon steer tube fork. And so he's been in the business a long time. Everyone at Night Wheels has been in the business a long time. The wheels are new, but they're the best and fastest in the world.